In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my first ever time playing Rec Randoms on the American server. I was streaming and luckily I had someone from one of the viewers that invited me to the East server. So I just hopped on with the randoms. I didn't want to play with no one else because I wanted to see if there is going to be a big difference between the way the EU players play the EU Rec Randoms, and also want to see how the East server or the Americans play the game. And obviously basketball, it's a big thing in America, so I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really expecting much. I've seen a lot of Damwork videos of these guys selling, and I low-key thought it was gonna be the same thing. But one of the things you're gonna notice straight away is I believe both teams aren't a 5. The other team definitely did not play like they were full squad, but this was actually surprisingly a fun game. Like, playing this whole game gave me the vibe of me playing 2K17. Like, guys were actually trying. One of the things I talk about is bigs not being aggressive. Obviously, the game put me at power forward this game. I was on my 7-2 Wemby build, but I was happy to play power forward because I wanted to, this game was more to explore how the Americans play in comparison to the EU. And honestly, it was a fun game. Everyone was trying to get buckets. People were actually trying to win the game. You don't, and also more importantly, people weren't abusing animations. People weren't trying to fade 24/7, which is a very common thing on the EU servers. You guys can see. Another important thing you guys are going to notice this throughout the entire game is guys are moving the ball around. People are trying to get the best possible shot that they could get. Centers were being aggressive. It was actually fun to play. It really gave me the 2K17 vibes, and I didn't think I was going to have such a good time playing. I played 2 games. One of the games I played, I thought, maybe this was just a lucky game. I played another game, and it was the same thing. It was more or less the same. The games were very competitive. This game went down to pretty much the last, minute before it ended up going away. But y'all can see, look at the centers being aggressive. If you guys have ever watched my video, this is one of the main things I'm always talking about inside bigs never wanted to play like an inside big, and this guy was doing his thing, going crazy. But the other team as well, they were moving the ball. One of the things I noticed about playing on the American server is guys, I know some of you guys are gonna be like, no fear, there's tons of randoms selling, but I played 2 games, and yes, you can tell at the end of the day these are 2 randoms playing. I didn't show the whole game. There were there were moments where guys were taking silly shots, but it wasn't like questionable shots. I'm trying to say that was my first ever shot. I shot, delay wasn't even as bad as I was expecting. I didn't really feel too much delay playing this game. But yeah, I mean, both teams were really trying. The defense was on point. The other thing I noticed as well is guys weren't really coming into the rec with a bunch of cheesy builds. The both games I played, I believe both the guards were very tall. As you guys can see, off-ball players being aggressive. Honestly, it really gave me the vibe of me playing 2K17, because 2K17 every game was almost very competitive. Guys were trying, point guards were being point guards. They know the role. The guy shot a fade right there, but if you look at the quality of the shot, it was a wide open. And he wasn't doing this the whole game. You guys can see he was moving the ball around. Now again, I don't think this team in white, I don't think they were a full team, because they didn't go into no zone. Obviously, going into a zone doesn't mean you're a full team, but the way they were playing, but both teams was playing really, really good. And more importantly, one of the things I noticed about playing American server as well, in both games, y'all love to come into the game chat, bro. You guys love to come into the game chat. You guys love to communicate. And honestly, I actually like that. The point guard of this game, I'm going to show you guys, again, wide open again, leaving me, I'm going to keep trying to make my shots. But I'm going to show you guys later on in the video when I took a shot that was kind of contested, and it was a post hop. And the guard surprisingly wasn't even mad. He was just like, yeah, come on, boy, let's just keep going. Like, that was very, to me, if I've ever wanted teammates, I love teammates that are like that. Teammates that can kind of see, okay, that was a decent shot that you took. You missed it, but hey, let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? There was no pressure. It was fun. No one was really getting mad at each other. Again, maybe this was just, maybe I need to play a couple more games. But look, I had to try my signature jump shot on the American server. But I had to see if my signature move is still going to work. And it's still working. But again, I had a lot of fun, because after this game, I ended up going back to the EU server. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to be playing on the EU server that much anymore, bro, because I'm not going to lie, we are trash. We are very bad. When it comes to just random versus random gameplay, I'm not talking about these full fake fives coming into the rec. I'm just talking about 2 teams, picking up the game and trying to have fun. As you guys can see, this game, doesn't it look fun? Both games, both teams trying. No one's really trying to sell the game. everyone's trying to get buckets. Look at the PG on their team, for example. Even though it looks like it was going crazy, he only had 9 points, but more importantly, he had 9 assists. No one was calling timeouts on each other. I think one time the white team had to use the entire timeout because someone was trying to, be a bit silly. But apart from that, the whole game was very good. But once again, I had to keep trying, the post fade to see if it works on American server as well. It looks like it works on any server, so it doesn't really matter. But again, these guys came back. Look at the way he's dribbling. He wasn't abusing the move. Look, he wasn't spamming, oh, I'm going to go all the way to the left and shoot a fade or an agent 3. It was fun. Honestly, I had so much fun playing this game. And again, I was very surprised by it. I've seen a lot of Dimeworks video. I thought the randoms were going to be selling. I thought it was going to be bad. But in terms of just from a random to random perspective, it was very competitive. And I wish more games on the EU server was like this, when guys weren't just being silly. And the other thing I noticed as well on the American server is you don't load up with a lot of AIs. On the EU server, it is very common for you to load in with 2-3 AIs consistently every single game. Both games that I played, I noticed that both squads would fill. There was no AI starting up the game. And yeah, man, honestly, I don't know if you guys have played on the EU server, you guys have played on the American server. I don't know if you guys have noticed the difference. I don't know if there's a difference between the East server and the West server. I think someone said, I know the West guys are going to be mad about this, but I think someone said the West server isn't as good as the East server. Again, I know some of you guys are going to be going crazy. But yeah, right here, I took this shot right here. As you guys can see, it was contested. But you guys can see in the game chat, honestly, the point guard, he was very calm the whole game. He wasn't getting mad. Even when guys were missing their shots, he just kept encouraging guys to keep playing. Guys weren't raging and getting mad like fucking bored. I'm trying to say, it was a fun experience. It was the closest thing I've ever had to playing 2K17. And if you guys play 2K17, you know the walk-on, that's what it was called, not the rec. It was super competitive. It was super fun. You guys can see guys were moving the ball around. The other thing I noticed, well, people weren't really taking shots they don't have to take. In the EU server, people don't give a damn, bro. Guys were coming out here taking 50% contested shots. I was making tons of videos about rec randoms selling me out. So one of the things I noticed on this server, however, is guys were not winning. Look, people aren't going to go for some silly shots right here. I haven't said that, but that was a shot that kind of looked open. You guys can see why he took it. But a lot of the shots were very good, high quality shots to take. And honestly, it was fun. And again, I would have wished to play center this game just to see the difference. But look, he wasn't rushing the shot right here. Look how the ball movement, everyone's moving. Look at him right here. It took another fade, but it was a wide open fade. You see what I'm trying to say? The quality of shots were very, very high. Now, before guys start saying, yeah, but I'm EU and I'm talking about from just a random versus random perspective. I'm not talking about full fives coming into the game, trying to sweat and trying to do this. And the other game I played on American server, there were 2 AIs in the game, and guys weren't even abusing the AIs either. You guys can see this entire game, a couple of guys end up quitting. No one changed their play style. People were still playing normally. You guys can see it's the 4th quarter. The game is very close. It's 65 to 61 right now. So obviously we have to try and make a comeback. And again, look at the point guard, Mike. It was going off wide open. Our center finally made a shot. But the whole time, even when he was missing, the point guard never got mad at him. Nothing's changed. This PG on the other team was doing this thing. You all can see they're trying to move. Obviously, this guy maybe the sellout of the other team. But they were trying their best to take good quality shots, man. I was playing. I know it sounds like I'm repeating myself. It's just because I was very surprised. I had so much fun. Let me know if you guys are from the EU server. You guys are probably thinking to myself, hey, you're bugging out. I've played some really bad rec randoms, but trust me, if you think they're bad, you all need to come to the EU server, bro. If you're playing the EU server, you're gonna close that, because we are just so bad. The game style is so different. Look how everyone's moving the ball around, looking for the high quality shot. Obviously that teammate showed he had a sharp takeover in the last minute and he's missing the shot. But right here, I'm trying to hold the ball. I'm trying to think, oh, the game's done. But the center's like, hell no, bro. The center's like, hell no. I'm trying to get some animations, trying to get some bodies. But this game ended up going to the last minute, and it was fun. This was live on stream as well. So if you guys want to tune into the stream next time, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, I've never had this much fun. I played on the EU server after this game, and honestly, I've never been so dissatisfied in my life, bro. I was like, what the am I playing, bro? As soon as I hopped on the EU server, guys trying to shoot on the AI, shot creators. I didn't really see a lot of shot creators either on the American server. Again, I've only played 2 games. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but these 2 games were fun. It was much better than the 2 games I've played on the EU server. And yeah, I'm planning to play more on the American server because it was actually super entertaining. it was super fun. I was not expecting it to be this fun for me. I thought you guys were gonna be trash. I was ready to make a video talking about how trash the American server is gonna be, but you guys did surprise me. You already surprised me. Let me know which server is best, the West or the East server. Obviously, I can't play West because I'll be massively delayed. But yeah, let me guys know which one is best, because I know everyone's saying East server is better. I know the West guys are, I know the West guys are mad right now. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, man. I definitely enjoyed the game, and I'll catch you in the next one.